Hey guys, I'm just here in class because we won't have time to go over the vocabulary words in class. So I wanted to give you a little intro to the vocabulary words so that you can, if you're confused or anything, that maybe I can help clear some of that up. And of course you can come talk to me or you can email me. Also, you should make sure that you're studying because the quiz is on October 4th for A Day and October 5th for B Day. So looking at list number 1, we have auspicious, which is one of our words of the day. You want to be able to use that in a sentence or know how it would be used. Promising success, opportune, favorable. It was an auspicious start to the day when the sun came out or whatever. Beguile is a good one. To influence by trickery, to mislead or to delude, to beguile someone. It's a verb. Okay, make sure you can use that in a sentence or you recognize it. Of course, you know the definition and the word in reverse, but somebody beguiles you. It is often used, it's not used as often just in normal speech. Usually it's like if there's some sort of magic involved, but you could use it. Somebody beguiled me. Bellicose is an adjective, and it means inclined or eager to fight. So if someone's bellicose all the time, it means that they're kind of like always ready to fight. But then boxers will get bellicose right before their match because they need that like energy. Benign is an adjective. They use it for benign tumors that do not have cancer. It means having a kindly disposition, gracious, favorable, propitious. Okay, so you can see it's similar to auspicious in definition, but they're different in that benign is like, it's good, it's kindly, it's gentle, it's not going to hurt you, and auspicious is promising success. Okay, but they are both adjectives, so be careful. 16, brevity was one of our words of the day. It's the noun form of brief. He spoke with much brevity. Cajole is similar in some ways to beguile, to persuade by flattery or promises, but cajole is a little more like teasing, to coax somebody, to cajole them into it is like to talk them into it, while beguile is a lot more deceitful. Cajole is kind of like, come on, man. That's a verb. Capacious, capable of holding much. Okay, so you can have a capacious room. It can be spacious or roomy. Okay, but also you can have a capacious mind, capable of holding a lot. And then censure is a noun and a verb. Okay, because you can censure someone, which means disapprove of them, but also someone can receive a censure, which is a noun, strong or vehement expression of disapproval. He was censured on the floor of the Congress. He was like reprimanded and disapproved. And then number 20, the last one, circumspect, watchful, and discreet. That's like you follow the rules, okay? He's very circumspect about his homework. He always makes sure to come home, be very cautious about it, get it done, etc. That's an adjective. Those are vocab list number 1. We're going to move to vocab list number 2 now. Okay, these are the literary devices. Some of the literary ones that you might have to use in a sentence, possibly. Catharsis, you could use in a sentence. Antagonist, you could possibly use in a sentence. And you could use connotation in a sentence, but more likely I'm going to ask you to give me an example of connotation, a word that has a different meaning than just its obvious meaning. Okay, number 11 is antagonist. Hopefully you know that in fiction. It's a character working against the protagonist. Okay, so this is someone trying to prevent the protagonist, from getting what they want. Okay, they are opposite the main character, often a villain. 12, antecedent. That's when you have a pronoun. What does that pronoun refer to? So if I say like, Bobby went to the store. He was trying to get he right there. Okay, the antecedent of he is Bobby. He refers to Bobby. Okay, it can work with it as well. If you say like, love is something we all want in our lives. It is something we strive for. The antecedent of it is love. Antithesis, give me liberty or give me death. It's when you put the juxtaposition of two sharply contrasting ideas, but usually right next to each other. Frederick Douglass actually does it a lot. You can look up some examples if you're confused. Apostrophe is one of our words of the day, addressing someone or something that's not in the room, and often usually something that can't answer you. Oh, sun, thank you for shining down today. That's an apostrophe to the sun. Douglass also uses that to talk to the ships. Assonance is when you have repeated vowel sounds. That's why I write. I. That's assonance. Okay, repeated vowel sounds, and they don't have to be at the front of a word. look up some examples. Asyndeton was also one of our words of the day, the omission of coordinating conjunctions. We used Fahrenheit 451 as an example, and John F. Kennedy, so look up some examples of that. Begging the question, number 17, is when in an argument you assume something that you didn't prove. So if you're like, everyone knows that a vegan lifestyle is more healthy than a non-vegan lifestyle. Okay, that may be true, but if you say everyone knows and then you start basing everything on that, it doesn't work. It's called begging the question. Catharsis is when you have a big emotional moment and it kind of helps you come out different on the other side. You can have catharses or catharsises. You can have a catharsis in real life, but a lot of times people refer to it from watching a movie, reading a fictional book or a non-fictional book, when you like feel and it says the agitating of your emotions and suddenly on the other side you're different or you're better or you learn something. Colloquial speech, number 19, is informal speech, conversational speech. It can also refer to regional speech, slang that comes from a specific part of the country, but it just means informal speech. And then number 20, connotation. We talked about that as our word of the day. What's implied by a word? Its secondary meaning. Blonde means dumb. House and home have different associated meanings. Okay, so this is just 6 minutes and some change of the vocab words so that you could see me talking about them. If you have questions, make sure you ask me. But you'll want to practice more than just the definitions and the words, guys. You will miss some if you don't know how to use them in sentences or recognize examples or be able to create your own examples. So look that stuff up over the next couple days. Remember, you can use 20 minutes of vocab study as part of your hour. So do some effective study, and if there's any big confusion, make sure you let me know. Thanks. Bye.